Now, they are building their own kingdom. It's the Jewish earthly kingdom with headquarters in Jerusalem, where their AI Messiah will be, and they're going to rule the world through the law. You know, it will be international, one law, one religion, basically, Luciferian religion. So yes, in a Talmud, this is the Jewish earthly kingdom, and this is why the Zionist Christianity have embraced Kiliism. And this is how Jews and Christians are getting together, and Christians are so deceived, thinking that they're working for the good thing, for the Jews, like they're helping the Jews. The Jews are supposed to get this kingdom. Yet this is Zoharic doctrine, and it does not have good intention. As I said, that they want to rule the world, they want to get Gentile riches, and they want to rule the Gentiles. They don't consider Gentiles fully human beings. And in fact, as an end game, they have this strange doctrine, Adam Kadmon doctrine, which Adam Kadmon originally was, according to Zohar and Talmud, he was androgynous, you know, Adam, like he wasn't male, or he was male female in one body. And this is why you see this transgender agenda today, and there are laws, very serious laws, passing in Alberta, Canada.
Is Zionism behind the transgender movement?
It gets its origin in Zionism, and it gets its origin in the Talmud, Zohar, and Kabbalah. It's a Kabbalistic doctrine of Adam Kadmon, which is eventually they have this doctrine called Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. Yes. So how do they want to repair the world? They want to bring it to the original. Who was original Adam? He was androgynous. So now they're putting specific things in food and drink, and they're basically their end game is to make humans that on Earth that will survive whatever it is they're bringing androgynous.
Pope Francis has thrown his weight behind the World Economic Forum's campaign to euthanize people with autism, alcoholism, and other minor illnesses and disabilities to help humanity fight so-called climate change. According to Francis, reducing the world population will help to solve what he claims is the existential problem of climate change and restore nature to its position of primacy in the world order. Pope Francis's comments have caused a storm in the Vatican, but should we really be surprised by his support for the Klaus Schwab Nazi-style eugenics program? As an agenda contributor at the World Economic Forum, Pope Francis is fluent in blasphemy and is actively working to subvert the church and Christianity in general. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community for uncensored and exclusive news and views. While Pope Francis has declared that we should not judge paedophiles because they have a mysterious illness and a special place in heaven, he is not so lenient when it comes to people with autism, alcoholism, or other minor illnesses. But should we really be surprised by Francis's position? This is the Pope who takes every opportunity to declare that the Bible is wrong after all. He kicked off his papacy by declaring evolution and the Big Bang Theory were real. This is the Pope who informed his flock that relationships with Jesus are dangerous and harmful. Breaking with centuries of Christian tradition, Pope Francis sparked fears that he is an illegitimate Pope with a sinister agenda, when he told a crowd of 33,000 pilgrims in St. Peter's Square in Rome that a personal, direct, immediate relationship with Jesus Christ must be avoided at all costs.
Nella Chiesa non esiste il fai da te, non esistono battitori liberi. Quante volte Papa Benedetto ha descritto la Chiesa come un noi ecclesiale. Talvolta capita di sentire qualcuno dire io credo in Dio, credo in Gesù, ma la Chiesa non mi interessa. Quante volte abbiamo sentito questo? Questo non va. C'è chi ritiene di poter avere un rapporto personale, diretto, immediato con Gesù Cristo, al di fuori della comunione e della meditazione della Chiesa. Sono tentazioni pericolose, sono tentazioni dannose, sono, come diceva il grande Paolo VI, dicotomie assurde.
Pope Francis's upside-down version of Christianity is puzzling for many. However, his dark agenda becomes much easier to understand when you realise who the pontiff is really serving. To quote French presidential candidate Marine Le Pen, Pope Francis is a globalist bulldog who is loyal to the New World Order. In 2017, Pope Francis called for a one-world government and political authority, arguing that the creation of a one-world government is needed to combat issues such as climate change. Speaking with Ecuador's El Universal newspaper, the Pope said that the United Nations doesn't have enough power and must be granted full governmental control for the good of humanity. According to the Pope, Americans must be ruled by a world government for their own good, as a matter of urgency. Now, Pope Francis is actively defying biblical scripture by working to create a one-world religion known as Chrislam. In 2019, Pope Francis signed a historic covenant with leaders of the world's major faiths, pushing us all much closer to a one-world religion, one of the major goals of the New World Order. According to the document produced by Pope Francis and published on the Vatican's website, all religions must be considered equal, and Islam is as acceptable to God as Christianity. Klaus Schwab's agenda to normalize state euthanasia, supported by Pope Francis, has real-world consequences. People are now dying against their will, joining the long list of millions of people murdered by far-left governments in history.